Hello and welcome. This is James Blanchard, Cisneros, at your service. Today I will be reading the May 28th Facebook post and I will be making a few comments on it, and I trust that it will assist both of us on our journeys. Here we go. Behind the veils of hurt and struggle. Many who are hurting and struggling have been programmed by the ego to believe that they do so because they're not good enough, wise enough, or worthy enough. These are all lies of the ego. In truth, you now hurt and struggle because you once heard a call for help and healing from this planet. You courageously came down to answer this call and assist those that perceive this place too dark to see. You took on their hurt and struggle to better understand the illusion. You will overcome your own hurt and struggle, and your life experience and healing will then lead many back to a place of peace, self-love, and joy. Today, remember that God is only love, and thus you are in no way being punished. You are in fact a pupil of peace, being prepared to become the answer to people's prayers. A much needed physical example of the true power of hope and healing. To those who hurt and struggle, let us remember who in truth we are. We are love. We are love's creation, and that is our true nature. That is our true essence. Love is the only real thing within us. Love is all. Hurt and struggle are just games the ego has programmed us to believe that we are experiencing. Since love is all, there's no opposition to all. Only in the ego's fairy tale, in the ego's program thought system, can an illusion seem real. And so we read this fairy tale, the ego's fairy tale, over and over again, and we start buying into it. And we start believing that we are actually those characters in that fairy tale. But we are not. We are much more than some character in some fairy tale. In fact, we come from a place of perfect love. Some call it heaven. And in this place, and I'll share it might seem a little strange, but I'll share, I was there last night. And it's really something normal to do. It's not, the ego would say that we're separate from God, from source, from love, from heaven, but we're not. We can go there anytime we so desire. And so I was there last night, and there's these beautiful, very deep valleys. And after every mountain valley, there's mountains and valleys, and then mountains and valleys, and mountains and valleys. And they're all incredibly detailed and beautiful and different. And after every valley that you, or mountain you go over and see a new valley, and you kind of like experience, it is so beautiful that you thank God for it. And then you ask God, how can you create such beauty? How is that even possible? And you fly around from hilltop to hilltop, and it's absolutely natural and normal, because it is, because that's our true home. But what's really interesting is that even in this absolute beauty, in this place of perfect love, we have this connection to this planet, which we call Earth. And there's a pull towards it because there are people there who are asking for help and healing. And so it's like our best friends calling us and asking for help. And no matter how beautiful our situation is, we have this desire to come back and help our brothers and sisters. And so, although it seems impossible, you make the choice to come back into the illusion to help your brothers and sisters remember that what they're experiencing is not real, that only the love in them is real. But the best way for them to believe this is for you to enter into that illusion that you've come here to help and heal. And so you enter that illusion that those who have come here to help and heal are experiencing. And you do this so that you can feel the fullness of this illusion. So you can feel what your brothers and sisters are feeling, so that you can go through what they're going through. And you do this to help gain a life experience, to help gain knowledge of the illusion. And so little by little, you start to remember your true nature, which is this love. And the more you remember your true nature, you start to realize that this illusion, whatever you might want to call it, you might want to call it anger, resentment, jealousy, you might want to call it anxiety, you might want to call it sadness, depression, whatever that is, alcoholism, addiction, a million illusions of the ego. Whatever that illusion is, you dive into it, you learn about it, so that you can actually teach your brothers and sisters through your life experience that they can also release the illusion that they think is real. And it's only because of your life experience that you're able to truly teach that what those people are going through does not really belong to them. It is a programming that we have been taught to believe is real about ourselves. That only the love in us is real. Only the peace in us is real. And the more we start to align with our true nature, the more we start to let go of the illusion. And the more our brothers and sisters see a true physical example that the letting go of the illusion is a possibility. And that helps them heal too. Because they see that you went through what they went through. And that you healed. So too can they. And so when you're hurting and struggling, do not feel like you're being punished. Do not feel what the ego would have you feel, which is either I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I'm not spiritual enough, I'm not wise enough. The ego programs us to believe this, to separate us from our source, to separate us from God, to separate us from the love that we are. Because if we feel separate from that love, then we go to the ego for defense. Because if God is not defending us, then we feel like we need a protector. And so we go into the ego's thought system. And we use the ego to defend us against a world that we believe is attacking us. And so the ego needs that separation, needs you to believe you're separate from God so that you believe in it. So that it gets to survive. Because as you release the illusions, the ego itself dissolves. So today, remember that whatever your challenge is, that's what you have chosen. You and God co-created a perfect journey for you. You heard specific calls for help and healing from this world, and those are the calls that you are now answering. God has chosen you. You're here because you have been chosen to be here, or else you would not be here. Would you not try and choose the greatest teacher for your children if you could? And that is what God is doing. He's chosen the perfect individual, you, to come here to realize that your hurt and struggle is not a real part of you. That you simply have accepted it as a belief system, as true. But you can, through your life experience, learn that that is not really you, that you are only love. And then become an example, a light of this love, to help your brothers and sisters remember from where they truly come from this beautiful place of love. And so today, let us not judge ourselves, or even let us not judge others when they're hurting and struggling. Because that's what the ego would have you do. That's what the ego has had you do for as long as it has. But we're coming to a point in our lives where we're realizing that the ego's illusions and us, we don't match. There's a mismatch. For this is an illusion, and we are truth. And so little by little, we'll start to remember our true nature. And today is one of those days. And so we see what the ego would make us see as hurt and struggle as simply a challenge we chose. We have chosen this. And we will overcome it. And then we will set an example to others that they too can also overcome. Thank you very much for your time. I love you very much. If you would be so kind as to like, comment, or share this video, it would help with the listening process, and it might help somebody who can use the information find it someday. If you'd like to leave me a question or comment, I would be delighted to try and offer a response. And if you can please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Facebook, Google+, Twitter, Instagram. I would love to have you in those communities. Again, thank you for your time. I love you very much. And God willing, we'll see each other tomorrow. Peace.